Folks, gather round, it's time for another episode of As the Tariff Turns. The drama is heating up and the stakes are higher than ever. Our leading man, Donald J. Trump, is at it again, making headlines and shaking up the global economy. He's tangoing with global trade like a bull in a china shop, leaving a trail of chaos and confusion in his wake. This time he's slapped a 90-day pause on new tariffs, a move that's got everyone talking. Sounds good, right? Well, there's a catch, and it's a big one, a big Great Wall of China-size catch. This pause doesn't apply to everyone. The EU gets a reprieve, a 90-day breather from the tariff storm. They're probably feeling pretty lucky right now. They're probably sighing in relief, sipping their espressos and muttering, "Merci, Monsieur Trump." It's a temporary sigh of relief, but a relief nonetheless. But over in Beijing, not so much. The mood is far from celebratory. See, Trump's tariff timeout doesn't apply to them. They're still in the thick of it. It's like inviting everyone to a party but telling your frenemy they can just stare through the window. It's a harsh reality for China. So what's the deal with China? Why are they left out in the cold? Well, Trump's slapped a whopping 125% tariff on their goods. It's a staggering figure. That's right, folks, 125%. It's enough to make anyone's head spin. You could call it a trade war, but honestly, it's more like a trade wedgie. It's uncomfortable and hard to ignore. And China? They're not taking it lying down. They're gearing up for a fight, ready to retaliate. The European Union, bless their hearts, got a temporary reprieve. A momentary sigh of relief in a world where trade wars loom large. 90 days, 3 months, a quarter of a year to catch their breath and strategize. Time enough to plan a vacation, learn a new language, or, figure out how to deal with the fact that Trump might just slap those tariffs right back on. It's a ticking clock, a countdown to uncertainty. It's like dating a guy who keeps saying, "I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed." The tension is palpable, the stakes high. Trouble is brewing. Dark clouds on the horizon, a storm waiting to unleash its fury. But hey, let's focus on the positive. Let's savor the calm before the storm. The EU is safe. For now, a fragile peace, but peace nonetheless. They can keep shipping their cheese, their wine, their fancy cars without facing Trump's wrath. The lifeblood of their economy continues to flow. It's enough to make you want to shout, "Vive la France," or "Prost," or whatever the appropriate European exclamation is. A toast to temporary victories, but let's not kid ourselves. This is a game of high stakes and hidden agendas. This isn't about international camaraderie. It's about leverage, power plays, and strategic moves. Trump's playing trade chess, and the EU is just a pawn in his game. Every move calculated, every piece in its place. China, the apple of Trump's eye, or maybe more like the thorn in his side. He's been after them since day one, ranting and raving about trade deficits and unfair practices. And now he's turned up the heat, slapping those tariffs on like there's no tomorrow. 125%. Let that sink in for a minute. That's not just a tax, it's a statement. It's Trump saying, "I'm the big dog here, and I'll bark at whoever I want." But here's the thing about China, they've got bite. They're not going to roll over and play dead. China's talking about retaliation, about hitting back with tariffs of their own. They're talking about soybeans, about iPhones, about all the things Americans love to buy. It's a game of chicken, folks, and nobody's blinking yet. Section 4, retaliation. China bites back. Remember that whole turn the other cheek thing? Yeah, that's not happening here. China's taking a firm stand. China isn't just going to take Trump's tariff beatdown lying down. They're gearing up for a full-scale economic battle. They've retaliated, and they've retaliated hard. The Chinese government has made it clear that they won't be pushed around. We're talking 84% tariffs on American goods. That's a massive hit to US exports. That's right, folks, 84%. This isn't just a minor inconvenience, it's a significant economic maneuver. Your morning cup of joe just got a whole lot more expensive. And that's just the beginning. And it's not just coffee. The tariffs extend to a wide range of products. Soybeans, cars, machinery, you name it, China's slapping a tariff on it. The impact is widespread and deeply felt. They're calling for dialogue, sure, but they're also making it clear they won't be taken advantage of. They will not be bullied. The message is loud and clear. They will not back down. This is a show of strength and resilience. This is a trade war. And China came to win. They're prepared for a long and grueling fight. But here's the kicker. China's playing the long game. They're not just reacting, they're strategizing for the future. They're diversifying their trade partners, looking beyond the US for their economic future. This is a calculated move. So while Trump's busy throwing tariff punches, China's busy building its own economic empire. They're setting the stage for a new global order. Global gasps. The world takes notice. The whole world is watching this trade tiff unfold, and let's just say they're not exactly breaking out the champagne and confetti. The WTO, The guys who are supposed to keep global trade running smoothly, they're waving their arms and yelling, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, this is not good." They're worried about the global economy, about jobs, about the very fabric of international trade being ripped apart. And you know what? They're right to be worried. Because when the USA and China, the world's two biggest economies, start throwing tariffs around like confetti, everyone gets covered in the mess. It's like watching your parents fight, except instead of grounding you, they're grounding the global economy. Fun times. So is Trump a genius negotiator playing 4D chess while the rest of us are stuck with checkers? Or is he a bull in a global trade China shop, smashing delicate economic relationships with every tariff tantrum? Honestly, folks, it's too early to tell. Maybe these tariffs are just a negotiating tactic, a way to get China to the bargaining table and squeeze out a better deal. Or maybe, just maybe, this is the beginning of something bigger, something scarier. A full-blown trade war that could send the global economy spiraling into recession. One thing's for sure, the stakes are high, the risks are real, and the outcome is anything but certain. Buckle up, folks. This tariff tango is just getting started.